So, with a president and an administration that just keeps wanting to take and take and take our civil liberties, our well being, our tax dollars, and sending them out to a war in Iran that no one asked for and we don't need to be in, comes just more bad news. So, April 1st, mark your calendars, the Supreme Court is going to take up a case of yet another terrible idea that Trump has, where he wants to now roll back what it means to be an American citizen. This is already the 14th Amendment. This is already in the Constitution. So once again, the president that says he loves the Constitution and loves the country is now wanting to just break the whole thing apart and dismantle it just because he's a racist and a bigot, surprising no one. So it's a very simple rule that just says if a baby is born on American soil, he or she is an American citizen. That's it. Full stop. They want to muddy the waters and, say, well, one parent needs to be an American citizen for them to be a citizen, or one person needs to be a legal citizen or a resident at the time that they're born on American soil, and just making it more difficult, and of course targeting minorities and people like me, Latinos. Even if you are not a person of color, it's going to affect you, because the Republicans are the ones that always want to cry foul. They always want to say, it's a slippery slope. Whenever the left wants to do anything good, they always cry foul and say it's a slippery slope. Just like when legalization of gay marriage came up, and none of the Republicans wanted to do it because they're like, well, if a man can marry a man and a woman can marry a woman, where does it end? Where does it end? Is a man going to want to marry a pet, a furry? Like, if we have this legal, like, where's it going to stop? It's a slippery slope. And this is the same thing, except this is actually a bad idea. Because once you give them the ability to cherry pick what kids are going to be citizens and which are not, what's going to stop them from saying, well, we understand that you've been a legal citizen for 15 years and you haven't committed a crime. We understand that you're 35 years old and you haven't committed a crime. They're going to start targeting you because they're going to want to start getting your receipts, looking at who your parents are, were they natural born citizens? And like I said, this is just blatant racism. And no, we're not going to fall down the slippery slope. So like I said, guys, April 1st, mark your calendars. We need to stay on top of this thing and stay informed. Just typical bad news.